We tried our best not to discuss anything before starting filming, because a lot of stuff has changed this week. First of all, let's start with the new weekly and Nightfall, which is the Nexus this week. And yesterday I was actually hoping for Solar due to a bunch of changes as well. And as it turns out, the burn this week is Solar and no juggler is on, so I'm really pleased with that. I think the Nexus is going to be a breeze this week. We've done it before in the Nightfall and weekly heroic setting, and I think it's one of the easier heroics. There is one tricky part, but apart from that, it's very doable. The first area which can be tricky is where the servitors spawn, but you don't actually have to enter the room. You can snipe all the way back. And with Solar Burn this week, Icebreaker is going to be a godsend. It's going to do a ton of damage.
Yep, or the Mythocast.
Yeah, but since the range, I'm just going to go with Icebreaker.
Yeah, that's true, but with the damage upgrade, which we're going to talk about later.
Exactly. But
yeah.
The Vex Mythoclast was one of the reasons why I was really looking forward to the Solar Burn as well.
Yeah, me too.
Apart from my maxed Icebreaker and Gjallarhorn, which will both be pretty crazy. But the first room with the servitors, you just stay back, destroy everything from range. You can hide around the corner when things heat up. Should be no problem. One of the few difficult areas is where the Minotaurs are. Before you enter the last hallway heading to the actual Nexus. There is, you have the room with the two harpies, you exit that room, and there are two Minotaurs that are pretty aggressive. They will run for you, they are relentless, they will follow you a long way back. They are actually easiest to take out when you exit the room with the two harpies when you go left. But I would advise on someone to go, if you do it with 3 people at least. If you're a solo player, I don't think you need any tips at all. 2 to the left, 1 to the right, because on the right there are a couple of goblins that will come in as well and start shooting you from the back if you all 3 go left. So I would suggest splitting up there, 1 to the right, 2 to the left, and just nuke the Minotaurs down.
Yeah, also watch out. Also watch out for the hobgoblins because they do solar damage, so that's tricky as well.
And basically, even without solar burn on this difficulty setting, the hobgoblins can one-shot you. So especially now, but you do have to be careful. They're up on the ledge. But I do suggest to take out the Minotaurs first because they follow you. They're relentless. They actually, contrary to a lot of other mobs, don't have a clear point where they stop following you. There is a point, but you have to go a lot of rooms back, and sometimes you won't even make it that far. So you have to be really careful there. When you take out the Minotaurs, you get to the small cave where a bunch of goblins spawn. Just nuke everything with Solar, and then you're at the actual Nexus. And the 2 strategies people seem to use is either jump down, kill the Minotaurs, or kill them from up top and hide behind a big block. I'm not a big fan of that. It's just, actually I have a lot of fun. Out of all the different strategies people come up with, I think the one for the Nexus is the coolest. Because when you stay up top in the hallway, snipe the Minotaurs from up there, and then keep that point, and have one on the lookout for the Minotaur that spawns from the rear, and 2 nuking the Nexus. I actually think it's a very strategic and fun to do a strategy. I enjoy it.
Yeah, me too. It's not cheesing. No,
not
because
so much.
It's hard.
Yeah, you have to really be careful for the extra Minotaur that spawns in the back. I think with Solar Burn you don't even have to go Void for the shield. You can just equip your best solar weapon. I actually have a bunch of solar damage type weapons. So I'm going to have a hard time choosing. I think a lot of people obviously have the Vision of Confluence, which will be very strong, but it's probably a good bridge to start talking about the exotic buffs. But Vex Mythoclast is insanely strong again. So if you have the Mythoclast and have one person just nuke the Minotaur from the rear with the Mythoclast or the Vision of Confluence, even whatever, and the other 2, if you have Icebreakers and Gjallarhorns, I don't think you'll spend a lot of time on the Nexus itself. You have to be very careful for the splash damage though, because he shoots up and there's significant splash damage. Although with Solar Burn, I think his damage is void.
His damage is void. So the last time it was a little bit harder than this time. So I'll expect it to be no.
It should be easier than last time.
Yeah.
But I think that's the other main topic for this week. The exotic buff patch came out yesterday. A lot of stuff got changed. First of all, the material change. You can just buy it with Vanguard and Crucible marks. I was actually really hoping, because they said they were going to change the way you could purchase it as well. And I was hoping these marks would be used, because I really have nothing to spend them on anymore.
You got everything from the Vanguard and the Crucible, so...
Yeah, I really didn't need anything.
But don't you think they are a little cheap?
I think they're very cheap.
Very, very cheap, so
And I don't mind, because I've been farming so much. I was really done with it. And with the cap on marks, if you want to upgrade a lot of stuff, you'll have to farm a bit as well. But I was spending an obscene amount of time farming. It feels good, because I was just upgrading the really important stuff, and now I get to upgrade more with items or marks I did work for, so it's not free. I'm really happy with it. Exotic marks, new upgrade system. The one thing that they said we're going to completely change the way exotics works, and with the time it took for them to buff Thorn and Bad Juju, which they announced a long time ago, I was really expecting a bunch of changes. And for me, everything they changed I'm very happy with it, but it's very straightforward. Due to the time they were taking, I was expecting a bunch of stuff to be changed, and maybe the trees, and just changing, ascendant materials needed, and an ascendant or an exotic shard for the last damage upgrade. I don't see how that took so much time, but regardless, I think the changes are really good. I'm missing 4 exotic weapons. The 2 PlayStation exclusives, and Hard Light and Red Death. 3 out of those 4 weapons. Actually, Hawkmoon got changed as well. They changed an upgrade. Not a huge change.
No.
Monte Carlo got upgraded nicely. A very small tweak.
Hard Light,
the stability.
It's really good now. I tested it, and it's very stable.
It's very good as well now.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad
didn't test
rifle.
But
I know someone who has it, and
if you use your grenade or melee, I believe.
And Red Death is a change a lot of people aren't happy with, because the burst, the impact is less per round, but the rate of fire is higher. So the DPS is increased. Just the damage per shot has been decreased. So a lot of people aren't happy about that. I don't have it. Another pulse rifle I do have, a Bad Juju. It was my first exotic. I have a soft spot for it, especially coming out of leveling from the story mode. I spent the last levels with the Stranger's rifle, a pulse rifle, which is an amazing rifle. So when I got the exotic bounty for Bad Juju, a pulse rifle and an exotic, I was really excited. Obviously it wasn't as good as people wanted it to be, and I spent a good 2 hours playing with it last night, and it's glorious. It's
just awesome, right?
It's an amazing pulse rifle. It's incredibly stable, almost like the Stranger's rifle, because with the perfect balance perk, it's just really smooth. I'm really glad the way they changed the green smoke effect, because I love it, but it was too much in your face, and it's spot on right now. It's not annoying, it's still there to enjoy. And of course, the 24 clip size compared to the 15. I rarely have to reload, and I think I really enjoy the strategy it brings forth as well. If you're fighting a really strong enemy that you will not down with one clip, but there are other enemies around, you switch to them for a reload, which is just a lot of fun. And I'm incredibly impressed by how strong the super meter refill is.
Is it fast?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
You actually see good chunks of super meter filling up when you kill a target. So it's insanely strong. I even took it to the Crucible, and if you love pulse rifles, Bad Juju is just spot on right now. It's incredible. And one of my favorite weapons in the game has been, ever since I got it, Thorn. I just love the sound. I love the look and feel.
It looks awesome.
I know not everybody likes the looks. I do. And the clip size from 6 to 9. The added target acquisition, which you can actually feel the auto targeting, the stability. It's just amazing. The extra dot damage. It's such an amazing weapon now. It's one of my favorite exotics in the game, period.
But people are already complaining about the Thorn being overpowered now.
But they're
always complaining, but aren't you afraid for that? That it's kind of overpowered now?
No.
Because you thought it was already a good weapon, and now with so many
buffs... It was a good weapon, but the reload and the clip size made it not exotic worthy and unusable for anything but a gunslinger, a hunter, to be really effective. And the increased reload speed is really noticeable, but it's definitely not overpowered. I've been switching. I took all my weapons into the Crucible. I've been switching between Vex and the Mida and Thorn and Suros and whatever. And honestly, it doesn't feel any more powerful than the other weapons. It's very strong, as is Suros, as is the Vex Mythoclast, which is, I love it in PvP. It's just, I fell in love with it during the Iron Banner.
Especially with the Hunter class, with the Gunslinger strengths, it's so stable.
It's stable.
It's really good.
I have the raid gloves on all my characters. It has increased special weapon reload speed.
But does the Mythoclast
since it's a fusion weapon as a primary, it does count as a special weapon.
Did you check that?
Yes, I did.
Yeah?
Yes.
Alright, nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I keep asking myself.
Special weapon reload increase the Vex Mythoclast reload speed.
Cool.
So that's very good. And it's the highest damage weapon in game right now. It's finally the hard mode and game weapon it was supposed to be. 323 damage. The bug that was in the game with some sort of damage being affected has been solved as well. A 10% base damage buff, and it's just amazing. I love it. The clip size has been decreased. The enhanced battery upgrade has been replaced with extended magazine or whatever. 35 bullets, which I use in PvP. For PvE, I switched to the range upgrade. 21 is fine. And honestly, it's a fair. It was a huge clip. You could just press it and just.
It has only 2 magazines and you're out of bullets, so it was really ridiculous.
I'm perfectly fine with the reduced clip size. It makes sense. The Mida is actually one of my other favorite weapons in the game because it's such a classy weapon. I just killing someone with it, it's just it feels right. It has a bit of impact, stagger effect or something added.
Also in PvP, I don't know.
I didn't
how
really
that's
notice.
Gonna work.
I didn't really notice anything. Maybe the guy on the receiving end of my bullets has noticed it. I'm not really sure. It's a minor change. But overall, I'm really happy. It's a new scope for patience and time, shorter range. Another upgrade option for Icebreaker, because the Sendit was overkill. It already had max range, so now it has lightweight. Very small tweaks, but the major tweaks for Thorn and Bajuju and those kind of weapons, really excited about that. Those they really work out well in my opinion.
So do you feel that the game is now balanced somewhat?
I don't think you can really ever say a game like this is
balanced.
I mean, I get sometimes destroyed by a certain weapon and I think that felt wrong, but maybe that's just the way it should feel when you get fucking shot in the head.
Shotguns and fusion rifles always feel wrong, so I don't know if you can say that.
I'm leveling Invective as well. It's one of the last exotics I need to max out. The reload speed was increased. I'm not a big fan. I use sniper rifles. I think the people running around with fusion rifles in the Crucible or the sliding shotgun people, it works. I don't have a lot of respect for it. I don't do it myself. It feels really shitty when I'm using Thorn or Mida and I'm being tactical and going for headshots. And I get 2 headshots in and then this almost dead dude just keeps running at me and just unleashes a fusion rifle shot and I one shot and I get one shot
Yeah, or you worked hard for your heavy ammo and some guy just comes with his shotgun and one-shots you and you lost your heavy ammo and then you,
You know, fuck it. I mean, sometimes I'm getting better at avoiding, especially fusion rifles, unless someone's really good with it. So, you know, there's strategies.
You can zigzag around.
Yeah, it's fine. I only play control. I think Rumble and stuff, it's frustrating. You need to play with people you know, otherwise there's a good chance, you know, as soon as you lose control of a match, it's a 3 versus 3 death match. You don't easily regain control, especially with random people. But overall, I'm pretty pleased with the state of the game right now. They changed some bugs in Vault of Glass, mainly on Atheon, the teleport bug, where not everybody got teleported. I don't know, I'm kind of done with Vault of Glass right now.
What do you need? Do you need anything?
No.
Do you want anything?
I could do the timepiece because I love pulse rifles.
Yeah, but you got Fatebringer, so.
I got Fatebringer, I got Fission, I got Atheons, I got all the other, the Hazen, the Found Verdict, Praedict's Revenge. I got pretty much everything else.
Maybe a helmet for your alt characters.
Yeah, well, it's all good. I'm hoping for some nice items with Xur. I still need Hard Light and Red Death. Hoping for legendary head engram because I don't mind gambling anymore. If I get doubles, actually dismantling them is worth something right now for the exotic.
Yeah, I got my 3rd Thunderlord, so I dismantled it and I got an exotic shard.
Exactly, I had 3 Thunderlords as well.
It was nice.
It's the one exotic the game keeps giving me. But anyway, it's a week away from the Dark Below, so we're getting close to that. We have 1 week to enjoy our new exotics and level up stuff, and then we're gonna start with the new content. There's 2 new strikes coming for us next week, one for the rest of the world, and you know, new missions. I'm looking forward to that, and then we're gonna go down below and see what that's all about.
Yep.